Hello friends, welcome back to Carla's Kitchen. Today we are making mini Maryland crab cakes, also known as crab balls in local parts. And I'll just start by saying every Marylander has their own recipe. So do take this as general guidance and customize it, to you and your family's tastes. We start off by cracking and beating one egg into a large bowl. Next, we're going to be adding in mostly drained, shaved down onion. It's okay to add a little bit of the onion juice in there, you just don't want too much, so the crab cakes will stick together, but a little bit of juice is okay and it'll just add the flavor to the crab. We want to keep the crab as the star of the dish. So we're going to start by mixing all of our wet ingredients here. Next, we go in with some hot sauce. I'm using Old Bay flavored hot sauce. Use whatever you like. And I'm putting 6 shakes in. Again, use as much or as little of that as you and your family prefer. It's not really that spicy, we're just adding a little bit of depth of flavor. Next, we go in with a teaspoon of ground dried mustard. I'm doing my best to measure here, guys. I really am more of a pinch of this and pinch of that type of cook, so I'm trying to be able to impart these recipes and using a standardized measuring here. Next, we do 2 teaspoons of parsley flakes. You can use fresh or dried. I just didn't have fresh on hand, so dried will work just as well. And then you want to go in with some ground pepper. You can either do fresh cracked pepper as I'm using or already ground pepper, about a half a teaspoon. And I'm going to squeeze in the juice of just half of this lemon, reserving the other half for garnish after we're done cooking. If you can help it, squeeze your lemon over a strainer, or make sure if any seeds fall down into your bowl, you pick those out before you continue with the rest of the recipe. Next, we're going in with about a teaspoon of seafood seasoning, little extra if you like it a little heavy in your dish, and you can use Old Bay or any of your favorite seafood seasonings in this recipe. I use seasoning from a local crab house, so that's my preferred seasoning, but Old Bay will work just as well, and that is more widely available if you happen to not have a local crab house to get seasoning from. Go ahead and give everything a good mix, and we're going to finish off with our last few wet ingredients here before we add the crab meat. I'm going to go in with the mayo or Miracle Whip, whichever you prefer. And I've got crushed Ritz crackers. You can use saltine crackers, but they don't add quite as much flavor as the Ritz do. I've crushed up 17 Ritz crackers here. You get the salty that you would with the saltine, but you also get a little hint of the butter flavor from the Ritz. Go ahead and give everything another really good mix. You want to mix vigorously before you get your crab into the bowl. And once everything is good and combined, then we'll go ahead and do a taste test if you like, as I just did. And you want to take your crab meat, which you've already sifted through to get any shells out. And this is Maryland lump crab. It can either be jumbo lump or regular lump. Dump it all into the bowl. Make sure you get every bit of that goodness, because it is not cheap anymore. And then we're going to gently fold. Take your time and be gentle here. You don't want to break the crab lumps up, but you do want to thoroughly mix and incorporate everything so that all your flavors come together and all of your binding is thoroughly mixed throughout. once that's done, you can clear off some space. You'll need a parchment lined sheet pan. And what I like to do is just use the spoon. So you get about 2 teaspoons worth onto the spoon, and go ahead and form it into a roundish ball as best you can. These are still going to be very light. We used very little binding, just enough to hold everything together. So too much handling and it'll all come falling apart. So go ahead and take a healthy scoop with your spoon and just try to round it out in your hand and with the spoon as much as you can. Even do a little bit onto the sheet pan, and then repeat that process. You want to try to make all of your crab balls the same size, or as close in size as you can get for even cooking. Continue working this process until you run out of crab meat in the bowl and your sheet pan is full. Next, we're going to go uncover it into the refrigerator for 30 to 60 minutes. Once you have a full sheet pan, just slide it into an open space in the fridge, let it cool. This is going to help everything hold together during the cooking process. Once you get your sheet pan out of the fridge and everything is nice and cool, you want to pre-oil and preheat your air fryer to 350 degrees. And work in small batches. You don't want to overload everything. You need room for the air to move around. Go in for 7 minutes and you'll end up with this product. You can garnish by squeezing the remaining lemon on top, sprinkling with a little bit of crab seasoning, and then offer your favorite dipping sauce on the side. Traditionally, it's cocktail sauce. I like to use yum yum sauce with a little bit of the crab seasoning sprinkled on top and dip into that. That is, of course, if you're having these appetizer style. You can serve them on top of a salad, over pasta, or just enjoy plain, make little sliders, whatever your choice. So do give it a try. Let me know in the comments what you think. Thanks for stopping by today. Bye-bye.